What's up, guys? Andre here, Charged Up EVs. So let's talk about road tripping with EVs, right? Because inevitably, whenever I tell someone that I drive a Rivian, the first thing they say is, "Oh, but you can't take it anywhere. You can't go on road trips. It's so hard." False. And so I'm actually on my first work trip. I'm coming to you live from my kind of fancy, it's not fancy at all, my hotel room up here in Morristown, New Jersey. But this is my first work trip that I'm road tripping with my Rivian. And let me tell you, it was a breeze. And so now I will say I made it a breeze though, because I planned ahead, right? And that's the only thing. As long as you plan ahead, road tripping can be a breeze. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So we're gonna jump into the app. I'm gonna show you how I plan my route out. Okay. So here we are in the Rivian app, right? And so I'm running this on my iPad, so ignore that message that says set up your phone as a key. But yeah, so here we are in the Rivian app, right? And so first thing you do when you want to plan a route, right? You click on this little map icon at the bottom, right? And I'm gonna create a new trip here, right? And I'm gonna say, I wanna go to Morristown, New Jersey. Now, I'm already here, so that's why it's a short trip, but we're gonna change that. And then we're gonna leave from, let's say, I'm not gonna put my actual address because I don't trust you guys. But let's just say this, right? Right, and so this, I could hit plan trip here, right? But I also wanna adjust a couple things because before I went on this road trip, I actually charged my car up into 100% because I knew I was about to go on a road trip. And look at that, 303 miles of battery powered range. All right, so we're gonna do this, right? And then I'm just gonna hit plan trip. Let's just see what it says, right? And so you see that? Here I am driving all the way from Virginia to New Jersey, and it actually doesn't have me stopping to charge at all. Now, I could do that if I wanted to, but I'd rather not arrive up there with only 122 miles of range, right? So I'm actually gonna come in and edit my trip, right? I think I'm gonna go up here and I wanna say, you know what? I'm gonna set my preferred arrival range to like 50%, right? Because, you know, I don't know what my charging situation is gonna be. So let's do that, right? Hit apply, update trip, see what it comes up with here. Now what it should do, and there it is. So it actually has me driving all the way up, right? And then it has me stopping in Belcamp, Maryland at a Rivian Charging network for 14 minutes. You see that number right there? That's just 14 minutes. And then after that, I drive the rest of the way to Morristown. It has me arriving at Morristown with 166 miles. That's easy enough, right? That's something I can deal with. So here I am pulling up to the Belcamp, Maryland Rivian Adventure Network charging site, and I was excited because I had them all to myself. And I gotta say, every Rivian charger that I've used, I've had flawless operations, no issues. Charging speeds have been great. So far their network seems to be very reliable. All right, let's see this Rivian Charging network go to work. What we got here? 153 miles an hour, 220, it's flying right now. Okay. All right, let's see what it does. Man, this thing is flying. Now, here's where I deviated from the planned network that you guys saw earlier. So I made some phone calls when I started to get close to my destination, and I found out that they weren't ready to start testing yet. So, you know, I was up there in the Jersey area, and they weren't ready for me to go in and testing yet. So I opened up the Rivian app, and I saw that there were some Tesla Superchargers not far away. So I drove to the Wawa, pulled up to my Tesla Supercharger. Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't even have to charge, but I was just excited to use that A to Z converter again. The first time I used it was really just to test it. So this was my first time getting an opportunity to actually use it. So I have footage of that, so I'll show you how that went as well. All right, so I'm up here in New Jersey using my A to Z converter, charging on a Tesla Supercharger. Listen, man, I cannot stress how convenient this thing is. Like, there are Tesla chargers all over the place up here in this New Jersey, Philly area. And so, yep, I'm charging and flying, and see what it says. Let me change that over. Yeah, look at that. I'm gonna top this thing off, and then I probably won't charge until I'm done with my trip and headed back home on Friday. Okay, so I drove up to Jersey on Tuesday morning, right? So here it is, late Thursday night, right? And I drive back to the DC area tomorrow. And so I've been up here driving back and forth to the office, going to the gym, going out to dinner, doing all the stuff I would do just off the strength of those 2 charges that I did on the way up, right? And so now I'm going to plan my route back home because I'm curious to see what it says, what it wants me to do. All right, so here we go. Let's hop back in the Rivian app, right? Click on the little map icon. And all right, this time I'm going to say, all right, let's go ahead and go back to Gainesville, Virginia, right? See what it says. Go ahead and hit plan. I'm curious to see what my settings are set to. Arrival range 20%. I'm fine with that because I can charge at home. All right, let's go ahead and hit plan trip. See what it says. It's probably gonna have me stop once. I would imagine it's gonna. Let's see what it does here. And there it is. Is that the same one? Let's click on that and see. Yep, my good old one in Bell Kent, Maryland, and good old Rivian Charging network. So that's easy. So as you see, it has me doing the exact reverse of my trip, right? So driving for an hour and a half, stopping at the Rivian Charging network for 14 minutes, and then all the way back home. Sweet, easy breezy. So here's what's funny. I don't even know if I'm gonna bother recording any footage on my way home or not tomorrow. Maybe I will. But again, it's just, it's easy. And I'm making these videos because I want people to understand that the infrastructure is out there now, right? Like, you aren't limited with the place you can go, but you do have to do some planning. And as long as you do the planning ahead of time, you're good to go. Now, you could just decide to wing it and figure it out when you get there, but I mean, that's just not how I roll. So we'll see, man. But like I said, I'm gonna stick by this, man. Road tripping with EVs is a breeze. Ooh, that's a bar. All right, so one nice thing about being up here in the Northeast is that all of the highways up here appear to be pretty well mapped out for Rivian self-driving stuff to work, right? So the highway driving is nice, and I'm starting to trust it more and more the more I get used to it. In the DC area, the coverage is a little bit more spotty. Like, some of the interstates seem to be partially covered, but up here in New Jersey, every interstate that I've been on has been covered. So this whole drive up and down 95 has been pretty much like this. So, you know, see that? I have it set to maintain that distance between that truck, and it's gonna do this thing and take all the turns for me. And so yeah, I'm just gonna take a nap, and then I'll wake up at that Rivian Charging network. All right, here we go. Pulling up to my Rivian Adventure Network stop. Looks like we got some company here. Okay, I see little gray Rivian. Okay, so I wonder if my Rivian just knows me, because I was wondering why it picked this one. So I'm at my Rivian Charging Network location, but look, in the same shopping center, there's a Waffle House. So I'll be charging more than the 54% it's asking, because I'm just gonna park, go get some Waffle House, let it do its thing, and then come back. All right, so here we go. This may be my all-time favorite charging location though, because not only is there a Waffle House, but it's a nice Waffle House. The manager there gave me some Waffle House buttons. I love Waffle House. Friends don't let friends eat pancakes. But more importantly, the car's done. I got 234 miles of range while I sat there and ate my Waffle House, and I'm good. That's more than enough to get me home. So that's it. This will be the last time I charge, and I'm just driving home now. Okay, so right now, I feel like I'm really stress testing their automated highway driving. As you see, I got a little construction on the left, giant 18-wheeler on the right. But, you know, we're doing all right. I trust it. I've been using it long enough now to know that it's going to do its thing. So I'm relaxing. I am watching though. All right, so I made it back, right? As you can see, the trip went smooth. Nothing unexpected happened. And that's what I want people to realize. That's why I'm making these videos, right? So I drove from the DC area all the way up to New Jersey. And I didn't have to deviate from my route much at all, right? Like that charging stop that I went to was right off of 95, right off of an exit. So, and that's what I want people to realize, right? So if you're hesitant about getting an EV, I'm telling you, I just showed you an example of how easy it was. And so I'm here for it, dude. Like I don't plan on purchasing another gas vehicle because I'm enjoying the perks of my EV so much. So that the occasional road trip and the planning that I have to do, that I'm fine with that. But 99% of the time, I'm driving around to and from work, doing all my stuff that I do on the weekends. I haven't paid for gas in about 3 months. That I'm enjoying. So again, if you're hesitant, right? If you think, you're gonna struggle being able to do road trips or you gotta, charge for a long time, I just showed you an example. It's easy, it's breezy. I'll see you next time.